Welcome to our podcast. This is number 7. This is the one where most people give up.
Not us, though.
Well, we don't know. We haven't got to number 8 yet.
You're dumping me.
Number 8 is when you can start going, yeah, that's us. Number 7 now. Anything could happen in a week. So, but yeah, number 7, Henry VIII. And, yeah, that's our specialist subject. That's what we'll be talking about. Nadine's got some facts on it. We might mention some stuff about the day as well and what's happening on the national day. But, yeah. But first we'll start with our clearing up stuff.
First thing I'd like to clear up is anybody that listened to last week's, sorry for my awful jingle, Rob thought it'd be a great idea if I sang on one. And it was not a great idea.
That's not the case. You thought that it would be done in 20 minutes, and I had to deal with that attitude of, come on, let's just do this. Let's just make this jingle quickly now. And you go, all right, it might take longer than that.
Well, it took 20 minutes.
Same as if somebody's standing by you going like that, going, go colour it in. You go, well, take a bit, colour it in, quick, come on, do it. You go, but it might take longer than 2 minutes.
Like, what happens in post-production, Rob, is on you. You couldn't make me sound good.
You did it.
I brought the magic in the moment, and no, I'm not a singer. I have a terrible speaking voice, and when I make it sing, it sounds even worse.
No, see, that's the problem. That's what I reckon with people like you that say things like you're tone deaf or whatever, you can't sing. It's not that. It's just that you haven't given it enough time. It might be like it might be like me and colouring. Or I just go, oh, it's red, oh, and then it turns into a scribble, and you go, oh, I've had enough. That's in about a minute and a half.
I mean, I'm not saying I can't sing. I physically can sing. It just doesn't sound very nice.
Well, you say it doesn't sound very nice. I thought it sounded amazing. And then I was like, oh, we've just used the wrong notes to accompany her amazing singing.
Yeah. I mean, you tried to teach me how to sing once. You gave me a couple of singing lessons, remember, when you said you got to sing like
don't make
Kermit.
Don't make it sound like that. I didn't give you singing lessons because I can't sing either. What I did is I gave you...
You're in a band.
Yeah, I gave you ideas as to what I think might make stuff better for singing, but that doesn't mean it is better. That just means that I made that up. You know,
I pinned my entire singing career on this. I'm applying for Britain's Got Talent based on your enthusiasm and lessons.
I'm
not really.
You should.
No,
I reckon you'd
I'll
be
be
all
one
over
of those ones that are so bad, and then I'll be like, oh, no way, but Rob Sword said I was amazing.
Do you see that though on X Factor? I love seeing that on X Factor.
What, when they're really shocked?
No, when they have their teacher person with them. Like, so, because I used to watch loads of X Factor, I still occasionally do. I got a couple of favourites that I go back to every couple of years, and I watch them. I just go, this is amazing. But the people that turn up and they've got like their singing coach with them, and they're dreadful, and then like Simon Cowell will call in, and she'll be like, oh, I got my singing coach with me outside. He said it were amazing. And they go, right, bring that guy in. And then he comes in, and they're like, how long have you been teaching her singing? He'd be like, 7 years. And they'd be like, she can't sing at all. What are you doing? How are you just charging her week after week? And he's like, no, well, there's definitely a progression. She's definitely getting better. And you're like, oh, you lying fuck. Because it's terrible. No, I've got loads of favourites. My favourite, did you watch the X Factor auditions? The best one is Series 3. That's all the best people are from Series 3.
I used to watch it in the early days.
Nathan's favourite one is the 4 of them that come in from Birmingham and sing We Built This City on Rock and Roll. Right? That's brilliant, because they sing it, and one of them, we built this city on rock and built this... Oh, that's right, he goes, we built this city on rock and roll. Sorry, they built this city. And it carries on like that, and then they do all this crying. We can't go back out there, Simon. We can't go and tell them that we failed. We can't. You're going to have to. Well, we can't. Go on. We're going, Louis going to put us through. 1, 2, 3, Louis, put us through. 1, 2, 3. No, I'm afraid I can't. It's just constant. There's the ginger girl that comes out and sings You're Beautiful. You seen that? She's brilliant. She comes out and she sings, I am beautiful, no matter what they say. And she's got like a really closed mouth. And at the end of it, they go, no. And she goes, oh, made a flimming fool of me. Made a flimming fool.
Is this before they did the live auditions in front of an audience, but like in the rooms?
Yeah. There's
the silence makes it slightly more awkward.
It's just the fact that they put themselves out there, and then. And it's usually quite confident people that have just been ripped apart for...
Or whose family have always said, oh, you're so talented.
Oh, yeah, but just for obscure reasons, you know, like they don't like the look of her face, and you can see that she said, like, one thing wrong, and they've and they've taken a dislike to her, so no matter what she does now, she's going to lose.
Some of them have got proper attitudes, though, aren't they? Do you see those two girls and one of them hit her friend in the face?
Yeah, but that's different, isn't it? I'm not talking about those people, because those people that come on, they're like Jeremy Kyle people, yeah? So you know they're going to fail right from the start. But the people that I like are the people that come out and they're normal and they're just sort of giving it a go, but then they find themselves either not singing so well or like, you know, the judges have taken a dislike to them immediately, so they're gonna fail. Those are the ones that are the worst. And then some of them that come out and they're all like horrible from the start. There was that girl, I think she was from Bridgend, and she sang, "I love you, sugar balls," and then she was like, "So I'm the best, aren't I?" Yeah, you haven't seen talent like this. And she looked like she was off her face on something, and they didn't let her through. And there was the other girl that came out and said, "What? Even people that don't like me have come up to my face and said that I'm a great singer." And you're saying she's the one that threw the water over Louis. Oh,
I remember
yeah,
that one. Yeah.
And who was and the best one of them all, the absolute best one. I think they removed the video from YouTube, and every now and then I search for it. Oh, there's two best ones, right? Shut up, man. Even the you've got to scratch him in some sort, otherwise he'll just keep looking at you with that face, right? But
he's a good boy.
The best one of all is the Series 3 finale. You know that big fat girl that they bring out, and she was wearing like a sheet that her mum had made?
They're
Remember
from
that?
Blackburn.
Oh, are they? Right?
Yeah.
Right. Well, the best part about that is, in the Series 3 finale, they bring out all the losers. It's like a freak show. It's a terrible idea.
I've seen that,
and they bring her out on a bed, and they carry her out on a bed, and she's singing, warbling on a bed. It's amazing. You think, how do they get away with doing this? Bringing all these freaks out, making them sing badly, and terrible, and you just cringe. And my favourite one is a woman called, and she is my absolute favourite. I love her. Her name is Sophie something. Sophie Shipton or something. I don't know. She comes out and she sings, right? And they do the whole X Factor warm up beforehand. Yeah, they do the whole sort of Sophie's from such and such, and she's been singing since she was 9. Yeah, and all that, right? And they show her mum, and her mum's all like, "Oh, she's great. She's absolutely great." Sometimes she brings tears to my eyes and all this kind of thing, right? And she comes on stage. She's not bad looking. She's one of them big girls. Yeah. And I don't mean fat, I mean big. She must be like 5'9" or something. She's quite big.
Commanding.
Yeah,
commanding presence.
So she comes out and she sings that song, "Never had a man quite like you. You break my heart, the best of me too. The perfect man for me. I love you, I do." Yeah, that's what she sings. Well, the reason why I remember it is because the series before, some guy came out and sang it, and he sang it. He was really, really good when he sang it, and I thought, that song sounds really good. He's done really... Anyway, so she comes out and she sings it, and she's phenomenally bad. I've never heard somebody sing so bad, right? And not only is she phenomenally bad, she's completely unaware that it's happening, so she sings it from beginning to end. And she doesn't sing it quietly either. She belting it out like she's Christina Aguilera, hitting all the wrong notes. She's getting up to the top and they're all going wrong. You see people in the audience going, "Ooh," and she's getting to the top and she sings the whole thing. It's phenomenal, it is. And when she ends, right, and the best part about it is when she ends, she goes, she sings, you know, like I was talking about that Mr. Bean way, she's got that, yeah? So she sings the last part when she sings, "Perfect man for me. I love you, I do." At the end, as if she's just finished like the most awe-inspiring stuff. And while she's singing as well,
like a real epic number.
Yeah, and at the end, I'll just do a couple of trills here, and these people will be blown away.
Is that what those warbly things are called? They're called trills.
Well, one of them is called trills. There's other names for them and stuff.
Is one of them warbling?
No, warbling is bad. But all the way through her singing, her mum goes back to that Dermot O'Leary, yeah, and her mum's standing there going, "I know she can do better. I know she can do even better than this." You mean even better?
I love Dermot O'Leary's face during those bits, and it's always like, "Oh, this is so awkward because she can't sing."
It's amazing.
And he's
honestly.
got to comfort the family when all the judges are ripping into their dearly beloved daughter who just overcome cancer when her granddad's just died.
That's the thing, they don't rip into her, yeah, because she's a big girl, she's a commanding girl, so it's hard that, they might kick off them commanding girls, yeah? So nobody really lays into her, and because she's so oblivious to the fact that she's awful, yeah, they all skirt around the edges of the whole thing. They all say things like, "Got a very powerful voice."
Room for improvement.
Yeah, but But it's
You really made that song
You'll have to
your own.
You'll have to stick it on the Full of Waffle page. It's so worth
Right,
watching.
I'll have to write it down because otherwise I'll forget.
But no, seriously, my favourite. Oh, and my other favourite one is the two girls from Loughborough, and they're twins, and they come out and they sing. What's that song by that guy from the Eagles? Oh man, they sing. After the boys of summer have gone, and when they finish, they go back to back, and they do like Charlie's Angels thing, and they look so like old women, younger. They're both wearing glasses. They both got like frizzy hair. They're wearing they put their stage costumes on that basically look like pajamas, and they do like a dance routine, which they've obviously done in their bedroom, is really sort of like a 10-year-old would plan. Yeah, really sort of, but they don't.
Aww.
But right up until the last moment, they don't realise anything's wrong, and that's why it's one of my favourite. They don't realise anything's happened. They finish. They both finish with a smile, and everybody's looking at them going. And then Sharon calls it juvenile, and they look disturbed. And then Simon Cowell says to them, "What do you do for a living?" And they go, "Pack envelopes in a factory." And they go, "Well, maybe you're good at that." And they both go, "Oh!" It's really horrible.
Oh.
And then when they leave, one of them's crying, and she's picking up her water bottle and putting it in her old woman bag and storming it off. It's just honestly.
Oh,
And
so you just like seeing people's dreams get smashed. In a public arena.
No, if anything, I do it in the same way that people look at horror films. I just can't believe that's happened. That's happened in their life. You know, they've gone there. They're full of dreams, and it's all just been ripped apart in like a second. Shut up, Rufusman. Scratch his head, otherwise he'll just carry on.
Oh. Okay, Rufus. Rufus is joining us today for episode 6 because Henry VIII was his favourite king, apparently.
That's right, and he loves the X Factor. He can't
does.
get enough of it. But yeah, I used to watch them all the time. I still do occasionally put them on. They're brilliant. That woman from Bridgend that turns up with the shit dreads. It's an academic piece to explain to you what my voice is capable of. Well, we didn't like it, love. You're not supposed to like it. It's an academic piece. Remember that?
One, yeah.
And then they just say no.
A bit alternative, didn't
yeah,
she?
yeah. And they said, "Well, who have you taught then in your holistic?" She went, "Do you know somebody Tuck from Bullet in my for my Valentine?" And they go, "No." And I thought, I don't think you did teach him. And then she gets annoyed. The first thing she does, the reason she goes wrong immediately, she walks in and she takes off the sticker and she goes, "I'm not a number. I'm actually a person." Anyway, so let's go to here. And then they say,
"Oh, what a way to endear yourself to people that are there to judge you."
Immediately.
Be a fucking dick.
That's right. And then they, can you stand on the X, please? And then she just goes, and moves back and goes, "Can I start singing now?" And you sing.
She probably thinks she comes across as confident and sassy, but no, you're just a dick. People say things like, "Oh, you're a bit confident for me," but it's just a nice way of saying, "Fuck off, you're a knob."
But people think they're going to turn up. I'm going to turn up and I'm going to control this room.
Yeah.
You know, I'm gonna be the one in charge. You go, but you can't be just by the very nature of what's happening. How does that work?
First of all, I'm not a number. I'm actually a person.
Yeah, so it's not the best.
Yeah, if you say that in a job interview, you're not going to get the job.
No, it is. What was the other thing I wanted to clear up? When were you arrested?
Ah, yeah, I never told you a story, did I?
No.
It was a long time ago, and I was on my way to school with 2 friends who didn't go to my school, but we went in the same sort of general direction, and we got to the end of our street, and a car pulled up, and it was 2 guys that we knew, and they'd stolen that car, Robert. Shock. So we got in, and we spent the day driving around in this car, and then there was a helicopter that we saw a few times, but didn't really put 2 and 2 together, as you don't. And then we realised what the helicopter was for when the police turned up behind us going, "Woo, woo, woo, woo," and driving. And then the 2 guys were like, "Right, and they pulled over, and we were in the back going, drive off, like it was some really exciting police chase. And we were going, "Go on, let's go." We got like properly, and they were like, "No, we can't," because they'd been arrested loads of times for stealing cars. But this was our first time, and we wanted to make the most of it because it was exciting. I went, "Put your foot down, come on, let's chase. Like, you know, like we were on the fucking bill or something. And they were like, "No, you can't do that. It'll just make things worse." And, well, they had more experience in these matters than we did, and they were also driving, so they didn't drive away. We just got arrested, and then we all got bunged into the back of this van to be taken to the police station. And they said, right, they'll question you, and all you need to say is you didn't know the car was stolen. Just say that, and we'll take the rap for it. And we're like, well, that seems a bit unfair, but okay then. And bless them, true to the word, when we did get questioned, all we said was, I didn't know it was stolen. I didn't know it was stolen. I didn't, because we all got questions like individually, and that's all we said. And they got arrested and charged, and we got to go home. But when we got to the police station, before we got put in these cells for the day, there was a big sign that said, giving incorrect information to the police is a crime, blah, blah, blah. And then they asked for my phone number, like for my parents, because we were only kids. And my parents' number ends in an O. And when I gave them the phone number, I said 4 instead of O. And I thought, they're not going to be able to phone my parents now. And a few hours later, this woman came to the cell. She's like, "Can I double check your number?" I was like, "Oh shit, I've been rumbled. They did try and call." and so I said it again and said 4 instead of O. And she looked, as if like they must have made a mistake on their end. And then she left, and I was like, "Oh, the old bamboozle."
I remember once, me and Mark were walking round in the middle of the night. As I used to do when I was a kid for some reason. It's just like, I still find it really weird that you can go out at like 2 a.m. and there's literally nobody around. You can just wander around. It looks like a ghost town. I just think it's amazing. So we were wandering around, and 2 of our mates from school pulled up in a XR3i.
Is that a car?
Yeah, it's like a really fast car. Right? So, and they had stolen that, and we were like, "Oh, what are you doing driving around in a car? We can't drive cars. We're like 16 or 15 or something." And they were like, "Well, we've stolen it, haven't we?" And we were like, "Oh." Whoa. And then the guy that was driving, because I always remember this because this blew me away at the time, he goes, "Look at this, I did this today." And he pulled out his forearm, and on his forearm, and we were 15 or something like that, yeah, because I had a tattoo at 15, but it wasn't in the same. He had a black panther on his forearm, yeah. It was like a full-on commitment, and I looked at it, I just went, "Oh my god, this is bad. Come on, let's go for a ride." And me and Mark were like, "Nope. That's not happening. We're not getting fuck that." And then we had a little bit of a chat with them, and then they whipped off into the night. In fact, one of the guys...
Was it like a proper tattoo that had been done in a shop?
Proper tattoo. Proper Black Panther tattoo that he had done on his forearm, which I always thought was... It's the same as what I bumped into... there's a guy that I used to know called Freaky. He was in Sin City. He does like this. I remember when he was like, well, we were a bit older than him, and I remember when he was like 16 or something, and he went out and got his first tattoo, and his first tattoo was flames up his arm, and I thought, "Oh, you're gonna regret that, Freaky." But no, he's all covered in it. It was just one. It was just the beginning one. As I just thought, "Oh, flames." Oh, shut up, Rufus. Banging on all the time. But yeah, so he had a panther, and he drove off into the night. And the guy that was in the car with him, I always remember this as being really weird, a couple of years earlier, had been somebody that I met in comprehensive school, and he hadn't really liked a lot of people, and he was just playing top trumps with somebody, and he asked me if I wanted to play, and I thought, oh, he seems like a really nice guy, and he was quite gently nice, do you know what I mean? He went like, and then he's this guy in this stolen XR3i with this guy with a tattoo panther. So yeah, it was weird.
Well, we spent all day in the cells, in our school uniforms, and they take anything off you if you get put in the cells that you might kill yourself with, so you don't get shoes or anything. They took my bobbles off me, and I hate having my hair down for too long, so I ended up taking off a sock to wrap that around my head. And then when my parents finally came to pick me up, which was hours and hours and hours and hours, so I'd been there on my own for quite a while as well, I thought they were going to be like proper pissed off, but we just went to Asda and then we went home. I had to go to Asda though. I was thinking I just felt really gross because I've been in this cell all day. And when they made me a cup of tea, they put sugar in it. It's fucking ridiculous. I know. I thought, right, that's it. I'm glad they took my shoelaces off because this is tipping me over the edge. Dirty protest. And that's how I got into smearing shit on. Oh, shit! I've exposed myself. No, I didn't do a dirty protest.
Here are all the thoughts and things that have happened to us since last week in a section we like to call Thoughts and Things That Have Happened to Us Since Last Week's Section.
So what else have you been up to this week?
Nothing's really happened. Nothing at all this week.
Been working, been in a lot of pain.
Yeah, same stuff.
I read an interesting article about pain. Do you want to hear about it?
Yeah, go on.
Right. It said, right, that basically it's like the opposite of the placebo effect. So, like, you know, if you take a pill that's just a sugar pill, but you believe that it's going to work, and it often does, it's basically the opposite of that. So if you expect things to hurt, guess what? They will. Are they your new genes?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. I'm half with you there. Yeah, because I believe those kind of things as well.
Mind over matter sort of thing.
Yeah. But today, funny enough, I woke up today, and this part of my body here, there's like a sort of knot or something underneath it. So, if anything, this podcast might be really interesting because it might only be like 9 episodes long, and I die in the 10th one, and everybody be able to go, "Oh, you could listen to him banging on about that pain." And he never went to the doctor. He's by episode 7. He discovered the lump, and then it turned out to be this, and blah blah blah, it exploded, and then he died. But I got this pain, but there. And
you can't die because this podcast would be shit without you.
No.
It'd just be me going, I wonder what Rob would have done this week. I wonder how much pain he would have been in. I wonder if he insulted anyone at work.
Oh yeah, and the other thing I did at work, I went into work, right? You know, like in where we were.
Tell us about the lump first. I want to know about this
just
lump you found in your pants.
It's just like a lump. It's in my pelvic bone on the left.
Yeah.
And it's not on the right. And I'm always worried when you find one thing on one half of your body and not on the other half.
It's always a concern.
And it's
asymmetrical lumps.
Yeah, and it's part of the pain that's going on in my leg. But it's not the main part. So I don't know really what it is. So
it
I
might
looked
be
it up
something
on
pushing
Google.
on a nerve.
Well, yeah. So I looked it up on Google to see where the appendix is, and it's on the other side. So I thought, oh phew. And then I looked up.
Not if you're like Colin, it might not be on the you
No.
might be like Colin, but all mixed up inside.
I'm sure somebody would have pointed that out to me.
Have you ever had that MRI
I've had somebody
scan?
try to get a heartbeat out of me, and they haven't done what they've done with Colin, where they've just moved it around his body, going, "Where the fuck is your heart?" So it was just there, and I haven't got any of the symptoms for. What's that thing? Appendix bursting or whatever. So I was like, oh, phew. So I ate some sausages and bacon and scrambled eggs, and I put it out of my mind. But who knows? Who knows what happened? I might get a doctor's appointment. But in order to get, do you know this? If you want to get a doctor's appointment, it's like 3 to 4 weeks. I didn't know that. Unless you ring up and you say it's an emergency appointment. In which case you have to do all that acting like you did in school. Oh my God! I got this pain. Oh, it's doing my head. Oh, please, let me go now. So, and I haven't done any of that yet either. So I'm going to make an appointment at the doctor, and they'll give me a time, I suppose. And then 4 weeks later, I'll turn up for it, and they'll offer me some drugs, I suppose, which is their normal procedure, isn't it?
Yeah.
So I don't know, unless they spot something mental. They go, "What? What's this? Looks like a small car. How did that get in there?" I go, "I don't know." So that happened, and then in work, the only thing that's happened in work, I was sitting in work, right? And you know, like where we used to work, sometimes they put out like free sweets and stuff. There'd just be like tubs on the table and things.
They're really going at it with the free food at the moment.
All right, cool. So I've gone to this call center, and I've sat down at this desk because we're on a training team, yeah. So we're sitting down, and then on the right hand side of the desk, there's like a little cabinet, and on the cabinet it's like a Halloween picture, a couple of lollies in a designed kind of way, 7 or 8 packets of mini cookies, and it just looks like it's free stuff. Yeah, it just looks like it's part of the thing.
No.
I know, right? So I'm sitting there, and I don't really eat. I don't eat in the day now, right, at all. I don't eat until like 8 p.m. Yeah, so it was about 3 or something, and I thought, I could eat a biscuit now. I could do that, and I've got this tea, and that would go well together. I'll get amongst this. So I thought, well, just in case it's somebody's biscuits, even though there's loads of them, they've just left them out, I'll leave like an interesting note. Yeah. So I wrote a poem about how I was stealing these biscuits, and drew pictures on the back of me eating the biscuits. Right?
Oh, you've already become the new nutter in the workplace. You've only been there a few weeks.
I know. Right? And I ate 2 packets of the biscuits, and I left the packets there, yeah, as well with my note, yeah. And
so you stole someone's biscuits and then you rubbed it in their faces.
Yeah, but I did it in a nice way. I did it in like with a poem and like a sort of I was hungry and there were biscuits. Anyway, so I wrote this poem, and then I got back, and then the next day when I was doing that CQC thing, it's called, where they say that you've done all right and you've learned all their stuff. He pulled out these biscuits and he said, "Look, you ate somebody else's biscuits, Rob. What are you doing?" I didn't think that. And it was gave me quite a serious look, and I was like, "Oh, this is what are we being serious about? This is only 2 packets of biscuits. Has it really become a big deal? I just thought those people would have just gone, oh, fuck it, there's 2 mini packs of biscuits out of like 8 or 9.
Yeah.
It's not that big a deal." And they left me a poem, haha, end of, yeah. But no, they were like, "Somebody's taking our fucking biscuits."
Oh,
and
wow.
I know. So he said it to me, and I was like, "Oh yeah, but I thought, it's just." I left a note and everything. It was a poem.
And a drawing.
And a drawing. Right? And then Garrett, who used to work with us, emailed me and said, "You want to get down here? These people are grumbling about these biscuits." I thought, oh fuck. So the next day, I went to the shop and I bought biscuits and I wrote another poem about giving them back, and I put it on the table with the 2 packets of biscuits, and I hid another packet of biscuits with using the poem. They could find like a little mystery sort of thing.
Oh,
Right?
like a magic mystery toy for some more biscuits.
But it was just weird. It was just like serious, because where I used to work, because I've been there so long, I don't think that would have happened. They'd have said, "Oh, you stole some biscuits, Rob," and I'd have gone, "Yeah, I did," and they go, "Oh."
And
right.
I didn't even leave a note.
Because I'd probably know the person I would have stolen the biscuits off, and they would
Yeah.
know me, and they know that I don't mean anything by it, and it's only biscuits, and then if I've got biscuits, they can have them or whatever. It's not a big deal.
Yeah.
But when you're completely new to a place, I'm just some random bloke that turned up and ate their biscuits.
And left him a poem.
Yeah, I know. So I don't think they were very happy about that.
Were the other people in training, or were they just like other people?
I think it was just other people in the call centre. And then also on top of that, right, they've got a tuck shop thief. So these people started thinking that I was the tuck shop thief.
Oh no! As a tuck shop thief has only been like a
well, like where we
relatively
used to
new thing.
work, they had that tuck trolley that they'd inform you. We've got a tuck trolleys by me, 9:05. Tuck trolleys by me, 9:10. Truck trolleys by me.
Yeah.
They don't
still
have
get those.
Yeah, they don't do that where this is. What they do is they've got these cabinets in the middle of the call centre, and on top of the call centre they've got stuff piled up, and they've got like a trust box sort of thing where you put the money in, and you take the thing off. But people have been stealing from that, yeah?
People have taken advantage of a situation like that?
Yeah.
No way!
yeah. So,
Would not have seen that coming.
So they started saying, well, maybe this guy's the tuck shop thief. And then Garrett had to come up and go, no, he's not. He's only been here a week. Right? So yeah, it was just proper.
It's good to know that someone's got your back there.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it sounds like they might have lynched you.
Yeah.
Did you take the Chewits, Rob?
Yeah, so that's the only thing really that's happened to me. Nothing else interesting. We didn't play this weekend because Andrew's in Rosilly looking at rocks. That's what Andrew does now.
Sounds interesting.
Proper into rocks.
What, like geology?
Yeah.
The dirt people?
Yeah, he'll open up his phone, show me photos of rocks he's found. Oh, look at it, Robert. It's 1 million years old.
All rocks are pretty old, though, aren't they? It's not like there's new rocks.
Yeah, so I don't understand. Anyway.
So last week I went to the wetland centre just before I came for recording. Bearing in mind, it's November.
It's like you live in this wetland centre now.
Well, I bought an annual ticket. I'm making use of it. And I really like it up there as well, because I like feeding birds. Anyway, it's freezing cold. I'm clothed from head to toe, right? I'm wearing leggings, not tights or anything. When I woke up the following morning, I had a big old mosquito bite on the back of my leg. I couldn't believe it. So it was only one. I don't know how I managed to get bitten by a mosquito.
I don't understand. How can you not believe it?
Because I was wearing leggings and that, and it was freezing cold. I didn't even know there would be any mosquitoes. Yet one found me.
It's bound to be the odd one wandering around like one of them short-wearing flip-flop winter twats. Just wandering around looking at the other mosquitoes going, I just don't feel the cold. I just don't feel it.
Yeah, well, he was there, and he bit me, and I ended up with a big welt on the back of my leg. Because if you haven't listened to other podcasts, turns out I'm allergic to mosquito bites. I've got mosquito syndrome, so just one bite, and I get like a big old itchy welt thing. Some of them are the size of like golf balls.
I never get bitten by mosquitoes.
Well, they love me. But it was only one bite, so it was fine.
I went on holiday to Portugal, right? And I remember feeling quite bad because I went to sleep and there's mosquitoes about, and I woke up in the morning and Joe had a couple of bites and I didn't have nothing at all. Yeah. And I went down to the pool and there's a guy there. He's got a couple of mosquito bites. and he's got a wife, and she's like, oh, I don't get bit at all. And I was like, no, neither do I. And then the next day went down again. He's got more mosquito bites. Yeah, by like the 5th day, he's literally covers all over his face, his neck.
Did he react badly like I do, with just regular reaction to a mosquito bite?
The same kind of thing, except he hadn't been bitten like 4 times or something like that. He'd literally been bitten like 60 times. It was all up his neck, all down his body, all over his face and stuff. And I just thought, oh God, you're never going to go on holiday again, are you, mate?
But there's things we can do to avoid. Like if I was going on holiday now somewhere that I knew there was going to be mosquitoes, I'd be mosquito repellent, antihistamines to bring the swellings and stuff down.
Yeah, well, he was covered in cream and that kind of thing. But
the cream just stops the itching. It doesn't do anything to reduce the swellings or anything.
Oh yeah, well, they don't want my blood anyway.
Well, they all want a bit of me, which is flattering, but
Is it flattering? Are you literally
really.
in the wetlands sitting there going, well, they love me. That makes me feel good.
That's how lonely I am, Rob. And then I found out it's only female mosquitoes that drink blood. So I'm like, oh well.
Okay, well, what's the days?
All right, right. The 20th of November is the World Day of Remembrance for Road Traffic Victims.
Oh.
And from the 21st to the 27th of November is Road Safety Week.
Ooh.
So we can remember all the people that have been victims of road traffic problems, and then learn about safety.
Oh,
So I thought that was nice.
I just remember all the kids from school that went and did that road safety on their bikes, and I didn't do it. And then I felt really bad that I didn't have a certificate, and they all had one.
Oh.
I know.
But you can cross roads now, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All over that. But it was more on the bike. They did like the bike thing with the cones and all.
Do you
that.
have a bike now?
No.
Well, then you don't need the certificate.
No.
You've
But
outgrown
maybe
it.
if I had the certificate, I'd have a bike.
Maybe you just don't know. You don't know butterfly effect, isn't it? That certificate could have changed your life.
Could have.
Maybe you would have become like a famous biker if
Yeah.
you'd have got that certificate.
Yeah.
It's been holding you back all these
I'd
years.
be wearing lycra now.
Listen, I'm glad you didn't get that certificate.
But then the pain in my leg, that would have ended my career, wouldn't it?
It
I'd be
would,
sitting
yeah.
here now in my lycra going, remember when I used to cycle around? I used to win on them races, Nadine. It's all stopped now. I've got a pain in my leg.
Aww.
So maybe it's for the best.
And every time you saw someone on a bike, you're like, oh, remember when I got to ride a bike? Yeah,
Yeah.
maybe it's for the best.
Yeah.
Knowing you're lucky, yeah, I think it is for the best.
What other days are happening?
The 21st of November is World Hello Day. What date is it today? Is it the 21st?
Remember that song? Hello, hello, hello. What a wonderful word hello is. Never heard
No.
that?
What date is it today?
Hello.
I'll just look myself, shall I?
You can hear it wherever you go.
It's the 18th today.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. The 27th of November is the start of National Tree Week. So
We should do trees as a specialist subject. I was always really impressed when my mate Mark used to point at trees and go, birch. Or oak.
I was quite impressed when we were at that volunteer day cutting down the bamboo and we were just walking through the woodlands and you went, do you know what my favourite tree is? And I said, I do know what your favourite tree is, Rob. It's a weeping willow.
It is.
I know. Oh, who has a favourite tree? Shall we do trees next week then?
Yeah, go on then.
Yeah, why not? Let's do trees next week. Next week's special subject has already been decided, and it's trees to celebrate National Tree Week.
Right, what facts have you got on Henry VIII?
Henry VIII. He's actually quite interesting. I stayed clear of the obvious stuff. Did you know he had like 6 wives?
Yeah.
Yeah, oh, you did know that. Okay, no. Right, Henry VIII was the King of England.
Right.
Back in the olden days.
Ooh.
Yeah, I watched some horrible histories in preparation for today's podcast. I do like horrible histories. Did you know that Henry VIII could speak Latin, French, Ancient Greek, and Spanish?
No, I didn't. I knew that he wrote Greensleeves.
What's that? Is that a book?
Is
it a song? No.
You know the ice cream van?
No.
You know when you hear an ice cream van that's got jingle?
Yeah.
That's usually Greensleeves.
Not the ice cream van near me.
Why, what does that play?
I don't know, but it's nothing. It's like a generic jingly thing.
Well, I think the generic is the Greensleeves.
Oh, well, maybe we'll look that up. He played the lute, the organ. He sang. He played tennis, and he jousted.
Cool.
Yeah, I don't know like how good he was at tennis because like I've played tennis before, but like if I died tomorrow, you could say, "Well, she played tennis once."
Do you want me to say that when you die?
Please,
It's
yeah.
unlikely I'll be around, though.
I was just about to say, there's no way I'm dying before you. Not with that pain in your leg. Oh God, what if you do die before episode 10? And then they'll play that sound bite. I don't know who they are. But someone might. Hey, Rufus. Can I have Rufus? No, I don't really want him.
Oh, look at his little face.
Oh. Well, no, I mean, the rest of your family will still be alive, so they'll have him.
Yeah.
Hey, Rufus! Oh, he just liked me, this dog. And I don't really like dogs, but I like your dog, even
Get
though
him
he's
off
like
you.
everything about a dog that I wouldn't normally
I
like.
told you how to stop him climbing on you. You just have to keep your hand on him and scratch. And he just sits there then.
Oh. Oh, do you? You are a good boy.
Yeah.
Good
You
boy.
don't want to talk to him, though, because then he wants more.
Okay, sorry. But he's a good boy. Right, what else? He was a published author. He was the first English king to publish a book.
Ooh. What
Yeah,
book
that's
was
why.
it called?
I don't know. When you said he wrote Greensleeves, I thought maybe that was the book.
You think to yourself, well, this is all going to tie in.
It did not work out that way. He was the only English monarch to have ruled Belgium.
Oh.
Yeah. And he died of obesity at the age of 55, or at least I think the obesity, played a heavy role in his death. Hey, bum bum. He was thought to have weighed around 28 stone, which by today's standards is merely chubby, really, isn't it? 'Cause
28 stone. That's massive.
yeah, you get people who are 28 stone still saying that they're healthy and okay, like that Tess Halliday woman.
That's 3 of me.
Yeah, but you're very skinny.
Oh, that's skinny.
But yeah, are you familiar with Tess Halliday?
No.
Her arms are bigger than my thighs.
Oh, she's a model, isn't she?
Yeah, and
She's got
she
a good-looking face, though, isn't she? That's the thing.
she does have a nice face, in the middle.
Yeah.
It's a fat joke.
It's
That was
like
mean.
just
but-
like Dawn French as well. Though. She's got like a really nice face. It doesn't really. I see. This is the thing. It doesn't really matter to me. If you've got a nice face, I'm not really looking at you, buddy.
No, but the Tess Halliday woman, she's always on social media saying how she is healthy. So, I mean, let's just ignore the aesthetics. You are not healthy. I go to the gym. No, I don't care if you go to the gym. I go to a gym. I haven't been for a while, but I go. It doesn't mean that I'm healthy if I eat an Indian or smoke or drink or whatever. But it just annoys me that she says that she's healthy and all the rest of it. No, that is not healthy. It is not healthy.
It might
Some
be
people
healthy.
It's not healthy. It's not healthy to be massively overweight. I don't care what it looks like. We're not discussing the aesthetics or whether you should be ashamed or how you should feel about it. We're not discussing any of that. At the end of the day, it is not healthy to be massively overweight.
Is it more or less healthy than other things?
Don't know. That's not the discussion. The discussion was, you're not healthy.
No, but I mean, in comparison to who? Like
To a healthy
maybe-
person.
Well, am I healthy?
Probably not.
No, I smoke loads. Smoke like
Yeah.
1 billion fags a day.
Yeah, you're just lucky that you're not fat as well.
Yeah, so somebody might, I might do something else which is unhealthy.
But what's your point though?
My point is that because you can see the fact that somebody is fat and you can point out that they're unhealthy, is it more unhealthy than other things that you can't spot? Like
Who
it
cares?
might be,
That's
she
not
might
the
be.
point.
No, I mean, so fatness is unhealthy. That's your
Yeah.
point, isn't it?
I'm not saying it's the most unhealthy.
Let's agree that. But
Yeah.
then there must be other things that other people do which are unhealthy,
Yeah.
which are less visible.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then those are the people that are going to be talking about fat people being unhealthy. Like say you go out every weekend and you take loads of coke. Yeah, then are you healthy or
No,
not healthy?
probably not.
Are you more or less healthy than somebody that's fat? So
Probably
where can you,
more healthy, I
So
would
where
have thought.
see why? Where
I think
can
it's
you
probably less unhealthy
so
to
then
be.
where can somebody like that get off telling fat people that they're fat and that they're unhealthy and like it's a bad thing? They don't give a shit. They might only want to live to 50. Like I'm getting really annoyed with people telling smokers, like as if it's the rule. It's unhealthy, therefore you should stop. You go, it's
Yeah,
no
but you're
more.
not going, I'm healthy. You're not there on social media going, I smoke 80 cigarettes a day.
I dunno.
I'm healthy because of this.
No,
but that's what she does.
She's
and it
not
annoys
saying
me.
she's healthy because of it,
No,
is she?
despite of it.
Yeah, well, so I don't think I'm unhealthy with the smoking. You don't know. Some people live up to 99 and they smoke. My
But it's not
grandmother
a healthy
smokes cigars.
habit. Whether it affects you or not, it's not a healthy habit.
Well, you say so.
Like,
If you live to 99, you're right, didn't you?
Don't know.
Well, yeah.
I'm just saying, being massively overweight is not healthy.
I'm
That's
just
really
saying, I
all I was
suppose.
saying.
You shouldn't judge other people, even though what they do.
No, I'm not saying
No, I
she's a
didn't
bad
mean you. I
person.
mean, one should not generally, tell other people that they're unhealthy or this, because in relation to them. So, I suppose what I'm actually saying, once again, like Jesus is,
You compare yourself to Jesus again.
let he who is without sin cast the first stone. So maybe she's fat, but she does other things that might tip the balance. So she might be healthy.
It's not healthy.
She might be healthy. She might be healthy in comparison to everybody else who also has some sort of unhealthiness, and hers might not be the front of the league table, is what I'm saying. So loads of people that take loads of coke, but they go to the gym and they exercise and da-da-da, and they have the correct body weight and everything like that, da-da-da-da-da, and then they die at 50. And everybody goes, I thought they were so healthy. And they go, and the fat woman lives until she's 70, eating pies, sitting around going, you told me I wasn't bloody healthy. I'm still bloody here, ain't I? So,
why is she northern?
I don't know. Anyway, so we cleared up our stuff.
Yep.
I told you what had happened in my life, which wasn't really that interesting. And then we did some national days, and then we did Henry VIII.
Well, that's good then.
Yeah, and I'll try and do something more interesting than steal biscuits this week.
I do like the biscuit stealing story. That was good. In fact, you know what? I think you should steal more biscuits. Because now that no one's watching you anymore, become a second tuck shop thief.
Oh no!
Maybe I'll try and steal something from our tuck shop. It's harder though because it is on a trolley.
And it's constantly guarded by somebody who keeps looking up every minute, going, "Yep, I'm still by the tuck trolley." Send out an email to
This is a
everybody.
very serious responsibility I have to guard the trolley of snacks.
Yeah.
I'll try and swipe a pot noodle or something.
Oh, don't do that.
And it'd be well embarrassing getting caught, wouldn't it?
Yeah, and you lose all your redundancy and everything. I feel like I was so close to getting this payout, and then what happened, Nadine? Stole this pot noodle.
Why were you hungry? No, it was so I'd have something to say.
So something interesting will happen to me in the week. Well, I saw on Facebook they were talking about this thing where if you put butter in your coffee, it makes your metabolism faster because you've got to burn off fat.
Butter in your coffee.
Yeah, apparently it tastes better. At least you don't have to sweeten it. Go on, you like coffee, don't you? Try that.
I don't want to put butter in my coffee.
Why? You want to try
Even
things?
Rufus is sad.
Well, you're going to go down to a wetland centre to get stung by mosquitoes. You can't put a bit of butter in your coffee. I don't think that's very committed, Nadine.
All right, fine, fuck it. I'll take your bit. I'll put some butter in my coffee.
Yeah, do it. See what it tastes like. See if it's any better. Because that's what they were saying. And
Will Lurpak do it? Does it have to be proper butter?
I don't know. I suppose Lurpak
Do
will
your
do it.
research. Yeah.
Right. So, anyway, thank you again for listening to us. It's been marvellous. And we'll see you...
Next week.
Next
For
week.
trees, if you like trees, tomorrow, the next week is going to be your week.
Yeah, if Nadine managed to get it
Yeah,
together.
Rufus. Rufus likes trees. What's that, Rufus? You like pissing on trees? You like pissing on trees? Oh, he does. He's a good boy.
Yeah, if you manage to get a website sorted or anything like that, that's what we want to do, that Lisbon thing.
Yeah,
I want to
that.
get in a position where I would be able to go to a podcast provider and download our thing. How do you do that? I don't know.
Yeah, I will look into that Lisbon thing this week.
It can't be that hard, can it? We just sign up for something and pay, don't we?
But I get really tired reading, so I have to have naps. So I'll read stuff like, oh, my eyes are so heavy, and oh, I think I need a nap, and then I go all, and then I have to have a nap, and then I forget what I did.
Do we have any technical friends?
I'm technical.
Right, again, thanks for listening.
Yay!
We'll see you next week.